how can you stay safe while traveling in today's world? And I say this as being a flight attendant. I travel a lot. I live out of my luggage. I go to like 5 or 6 different destinations every single month. 5 or 6 different countries. And in this video, I want to share some of the things I personally do to stay safe in all of those layovers and destinations. Now, there are some destinations, they're much better than others, safety-wise, but this is a general rule. It's applicable to most destinations, and I would advise everybody to abide and stick to those kind of rules, if you want to stay safe whilst in your vacation or whilst traveling. So, rule number 1, ladies and gents, on this list is do your research, and I cannot stress this enough. This is so important. Do your research about the destination that you're about to visit. You have to do your research about the country that you're about to visit, about the people, about the customs, about the different scenarios, about the place that you're gonna stay, right? The hotel, the area. All of this, you have to do your research. Okay, what's happening over there? Is there any political tension? Are there any riots in the street? Is there anything that I should consider before traveling to this place? And if there are some issues, okay, how can I avoid them? Which area is safer? Which itinerary should I create? All of this compiles into one big rule. Do your research before you travel. Know the place that you're about to travel to. Know the customs, right? Many different parts of the world, they have different customs, different habits. Religion, right? Religion plays an important role in many countries, and maybe being a bit more conservative will help you whilst you travel. So keep that in mind as well. It falls under rule number 1, and it's funny because I talked this on my recent podcast as well. There's so many people I see on social media, those viral videos. They don't do their research before they travel, and then they end up locked up in a foreign country because they just broke every single rule. They didn't do their research and they had to pay for it. That's the way it goes. Now, rule number 2, don't post your travel plans on social media. So this is a very important one, and I do have a big social media following, and I do post about it quite often. But of course, I live in UAE. UAE is a very safe place. I'm never worried about my home, being broken in or something whilst I'm in a layover or vacation. I never have to worry about this in the United Arab Emirates, the place I live now, because everything is super safe here, right? But if you're living in a different country, let's say you want to travel somewhere, you rave on social media about it, and then all of a sudden you realize your house has been broken into while you were in vacation. So that's not ideal. That's not a good situation. You don't want that. You want to keep things private, right? You want to keep things private, so don't post on social media about your travel plans. Post afterwards. After you came back from vacation, start doing those stories, start doing those reels, those Instagram posts. Nobody cares. You're back home, right? You're not in vacation anymore. You have an eye on your personal belongings, let's say. So then it's safe to do so. This has been rule number 2. Post your travels after you did the travels, not when you are doing your travels. Now, rule number 3, a different one. You arrive to your hotel room. Do a security search of your hotel room. Now, I'm a flight attendant. This is part of our duty, actually. This is what we do whenever we enter a hotel room in different destinations. We do an eye search, right? A small security search of the hotel room while keeping the door of the hotel room open. So I block the door of my hotel room with my luggage, and I just go inside the hotel room and I just look around a little bit. Okay, everything is okay. Everything looks fine. That's it. It's good to go. I look in the bathroom as well. Nobody has to be there, right? You don't want anybody in your hotel room. You want your hotel room to be fresh and clean and, ready for your use. That's it. Just to avoid any situation. Maybe somebody wants to prepare a surprise for you. Maybe somebody wants to mug you, and of course you don't want that. So when you enter that hotel room, just do a small security search, just look around a little bit before you start using the hotel room. Also, there is something that I do when I don't want any cleaning personnel to enter my room. Let's say it's a short layover, there's no need for absolutely anybody to enter my room. I'll just put the do not disturb sign on my door, and that will keep everybody out, right? I also lock my door, right? I don't keep it open. The door should be locked at all times. Many people might say this is a stretch, this is unnecessary, but I think it's a good safety tip to live by. Rule number 4, ladies and gents. Don't take important documents with you when you're traveling. You go out in a layover, you go out in the city, you go out to visit a place. Don't keep your personal ID with you. Don't keep your passport with you. Maybe just keep a copy of it on your phone, right? Be smart about it. Or keep a physical printed copy of your papers in your pocket, but don't keep the actual thing. Don't keep the actual IDs with you in your wallet. For example, what I do is, as a flight attendant, I keep 2 wallets, right? My wallet for UAE, for my home, the wallet I use day to day, and the travel wallet. Now, the travel wallet is generally empty. It doesn't have much. It has an expired card. It has metro or bus cards for certain destinations that I go to, and it has some cash, a little bit of cash. That's it. But it doesn't have any important documents. I don't keep important documents in my travel wallet. So yeah, this rule you might consider it, having 2 wallets, one for traveling and then one for the personal normal wallet that you carry every day. When you're not traveling, of course. Now, speaking of cash, minimize the amount of cash you carry. And this is an important one because I remember I was in a layover in Europe once, and I had like 50 euros in my pocket, and it just disappeared. And I had deep pockets, so I'm not sure if just the wind carried my money away. Probably it was somebody that put a hand there and just pickpocketed my money out of my pocket. So it's important not to have 1,000 euros with you, but have maybe 50, 100. I usually keep less than 100 euros or $100 in my wallet, in my travel wallet. And I don't keep any cards either. I don't keep debit cards or credit cards. Sometimes I will have a card, but mostly what I use Apple Pay and Samsung Pay when it comes to paying by card. Nowadays we live, in an advanced society most of the time. So if you have the opportunity to pay with Apple Pay or Samsung Pay or whatever, Google Pay or whatever other services from your phone, try to do that. It'll be much better overall, and it's much safer than carrying cards with you. If you carry cards with you, then if that card is stolen, the criminal can use the card to purchase online a lot of things, and you don't want that. You want your card safely with you. So just use Apple Pay or any other services similar to that, and carry cash as little as possible. Try to carry it safely. Sometimes keep the hand in your pocket in dodgy areas because it's just better, right? It's just better. Or keep your hand on your purse. And yeah, that's basically it for this 5th rule. Now, speaking of purses, rule number 6 is watch your bags. Watch your bags, ladies and gents. Be careful with your belongings. That's what basically this rule means. Now, I live in the United Arab Emirates. As I said before, I live in Abu Dhabi. Here, I occupy a table by putting my phone on it, right? This is a very safe space. It's a very safe city. It's a very safe country. Nobody takes your stuff here in the UAE, right? Nobody steals anything. Nobody does anything wrong. It's just a very safe country. And sometimes that can be harmful to me as a traveler because oftentimes I develop habits out of this. So it's very important for me to always rewire my brain when I travel. For example, I travel to Europe. It's not the same. It's just not the same. Because if I leave my purse or my phone on a table in Europe, it will get stolen. This is the way it is. Probably it will get stolen. Depends. but it's not safe, right? It's not a safe thing to do. You should always keep your belongings close. You should never leave them unattended. You should always keep an eye on them. Many times in my layovers, I travel lightly. I just have my phone in my pocket, maybe some cash in my travel wallet on the left-hand side. My pocket will be on the right-hand side, and I keep my hands in my pocket oftentimes if I am in a dodgy kind of area, right? Just to minimize any risk, absolutely. And I recommend this to everybody. Keep your eyes on your belongings whenever you travel, right? It's very important. Now, if you go to Dubai, if you go to Abu Dhabi, you might lighten up a bit. Sometimes you can book a table by putting your phone there and just go order your stuff. You return back to your table, your phone will still be there. This is the way it is in the UAE, in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai. But this is not applicable to the rest of the world, obviously. All right, and we reached number 7 on the list. Number 7, ladies and gents. The final rule I have for you today in this list is look less like a tourist. Very important. I mean, you want to try to belong in the country that you're traveling to, kind of. You know, you have to play it smart. Try to play it smart always. Don't be flashy when you go out. Don't put your gold chains, your gold ring. Don't wear a very, very expensive watch, you know. Don't flash your phone around like, you know, hey, listen, this is what I own, the latest iPhone in my hands. You know, don't do that. Don't do that. Try to not be a tourist. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you are a tourist. Obviously, you are a tourist. You're traveling to that place. You're traveling to that destination to sightsee. You want to experience a new culture. You want to experience a new country. You're discovering things. You're discovering people. It's great. Just enjoy your time. But just don't be a tourist like that. You know, just don't. Yeah, that was rule number 7. Now, ladies and gents, I'll end this video here. Please like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Thank you for watching. More videos coming soon. My name is Alex. See you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.